Here's a few bits that now have turned up today. So thanks to West Coast F100, pretty handy mob to have around, especially when you're building a truck, because all these little parts and stuff, very hard to find otherwise, and they pretty much just specialise in F-truck stuff. Door strikers, the truck has them, but these ones have actually got this liner around the striker rod. So basically this will stop the doors from rattling, hopefully. So problem is with the other ones, you can try and wrap tape around there and whatnot. Most of the time it just wears out, breaks off, and then your door starts rattling. So these are actually assembled with this in here, and yeah, so they should be a lot better. Plus they're all clean and tidy now, ready to go. Headlight switch, because someone else used the knob for a hazard light switch. So that one's there. Got some windscreen squirters. This truck couldn't find them ones, and the tow truck never had them. So I've ordered some new ones, so they should be right to go. Bolt them on. Just got to get some hose, maybe a wire piece or a T-piece or something, and then run all that back to the washer bottle. Door clips, nothing worse than having the old ones break, especially when you go to open the door. Just gives you the shits. So new ones of those. I've got some other clips turning up because there are another type. Can't really find them, but these ones, at least I found these ones. These will get most of the job done anyway. Piece of rubber got off the old man, so I'm going to cut some circles out of this, and you'll see later on why. More clamps just to hold some things in the engine bay, probably a bit over the top, but wasn't too expensive, so that'll keep it nice and secure, tidy it all up, make it look good. So also, I haven't got this in yet. Cheers Nathan Packwood from Finesse Auto for cleaning this up and coating it. So hopefully this will also last and look as good as the radiator. So yeah, so hopefully that'll go in soon enough. That's what I mean about the pads. Probably can't see in there, but anyway, I've put little circle pads in here and glued them down to the bottom. The reason I've done that is instead of having just a big piece of rubber sweating and carrying on, it's usually why they start to rust again. These pads will stop the battery from rubbing on the metal, but it'll also keep a little bit of an air gap. So hopefully that will make this battery tray last for a very long time. And yeah, so now I've got to replicate it on the other side. Speaking of that, I got into it with paint last night and got a few more bits painted up. Quarter vent windows for the rubbers. I've just been repairing them, and yeah, I'm going to use the original ones because they are still in pretty good nick, and I feel a little bit better about them sealing than a lot of the repo ones. Plus might save me $1, which at the moment would be superb. Also got a bit of a trick, so cleaning up old window rubbers. I haven't started on these yet, but a good trick is to get some of this stuff. Doesn't matter the brand, as long as it's a good silicone spray. Tends to liven these rubbers up something a treat. So yeah, I've already tried on the back window rubber, done a fair bit of that, and yeah, I'm going to try it on these. But anyway, moving next door. So as I was saying about window rubbers, so this here is the side that I've just quickly gone over with the silicone spray the other night, and that's what it used to look like. So quite a difference. So yeah, got to finish that off, but haven't got there yet. Just been doing other things. So engine bay is pretty much done. So it's all looking pretty good. So yeah, the new washer bottle's in. Needed a bit of adjustment, a few changes just to get it to sit the right height, clear the bonnet, all that sort of stuff. Just got to run the hose now to the new window squirters, or the wiper squirters, whatever you want to call them. And I've also got to plug that hole down the bottom corner. Shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, so battery trays are in, looking pretty good. Definitely happy with this idea. So it was just an idea to try and replicate the driver's side on the passenger side, so they kind of look the same, and yeah, I reckon they look pretty good. The doors, got sick of reaching in there all the time, so installed the handles, and they work a treat. Also new latches, so yeah, they've actually got plastic around them, so the door, close them up. Nice. The yeah, handles went good. I wish I could say the same for the locks, which is why we have no steering wheel currently. Well, we do, but we don't. I had to pull all that apart because I had a guess, and I was right. The door locks don't match the ignition. So this thing's actually had an ignition put in at some point, and yeah, they both don't match. So what I've done, I was going to just re-index the door barrels. Instead of doing that, I can do it, but for what it's worth, buy all new locks, all new keys. Also comes with the seals that go around here when the lock presses in, so that seals it to the door. So it saves me trying to sort them out. So yeah, I've had to pull all this apart. Not too hard. So this is pretty much a XC thereabouts steering column. It did say it here somewhere. Yeah, so on the indicator there, I could be wrong, but yeah, XC. And you look online, it's pretty much the same deal. So yeah, these later model trucks have XC, XD thereabouts, where the earlier F trucks like your 74s to 76, 77 had a XA, XB style setup. So yeah, a lot of Falcon parts in these things. So Toei has no rims or hubs or pretty much anything. So everything's all over here now, all pulled apart. Pretty happy with how easy these things come apart. What I'm going to do now is clean all this shit up, so get all the grease and grime and crap off them, and then yeah, sand them up or wire wheel them up, so that obviously most of the parts are going to be black. I'll probably do the calipers in a silver just because I'm an idiot. Like to make life harder, and yeah, pretty much go from there. I'll stop talking and we'll get into cleaning this shit.
Station wagon died, where the wild dogs beat the fences and the horseman fences right, where the flatland meet on flatlands and the caravans collide.
Obviously it's not perfect bare metal shiny finish. Beauty of the epoxy is it can go over not perfect surfaces. So mainly just get rid of the flaky, heavy shit. I've probably gone a bit further than that. And yeah, it'll go over this surface. No worries. I've done it before. It's lasted. It's good stuff. So the only thing I'd probably do, and I will do, is if I do paint this surface, it's going to be light because I don't want a heap of paint squishing between the rim and the actual face here, because that can tend to cause wheel nuts to come loose. Obviously, whenever you put a wheel on, after a short drive, recheck your wheel nuts, otherwise you end up gapped by your front wheel. This surface here, I may leave bare metal because that's where the rotor actually bolts up to. And this surface here, where it'll snug up to, I may even leave it. We'll wait and see what I decide there. Obviously don't paint inside where your grease and shit is, but yeah, for the most part, that'll be all painted black. The backing plates, they'll be painted black, so that's all sorted. Calipers, I'm thinking what I'm going to do is actually paint them black as well. And then if I decide to go silver, all I got to do is scuff it up because it's like an epoxy. It's yeah, a little bit like a primer as well. So it'll bolt straight, it'll go straight onto the metal, and then the silver can adhere to the black. So we'll wait and see if that works or not. Because I would like these silver, but I've got to pull them further apart yet, blow the pistons out of them, take the seals off, check inside. Hopefully the surfaces aren't shit, otherwise yeah, I'll be up for a little bit more money to try and find some new calipers, but we'll wait and see. I've also got to do a bit around the hub, or the spindle, just because the wheel was on there. I couldn't really get in there to paint, so now it's all off, I can clean all that up too. So I may even do the brake rotors as well, so obviously not the face where the pad goes around, but everywhere else, because they do tend to go rusty, and It's probably just me being picky, but it's the difference between a good job or a pretty decent job. So if I'm painting all this, I may as well do them too. This box here, I think it was Spares Guru. I can't exactly remember. So this is pretty much every door seal, Bailey channel, weather strip for the doors, both sides, bar the quarter vent rubber, which I've just silicone sprayed the old ones, cleaned them right up, softened them up, and they should work pretty well. Rear window rubber was good, may as well just reuse it, and hopefully it'll do the trick. Front window rubber I'll get when I get the windscreen. I could fit the windscreen, but it's just a lot easier to get the windscreen bloke to organise one, get it here safely, and then fit it and organise the rubber as well. And it takes a lot of work away from me, possibly stuffing it up. They can just quickly bang it in. They're good at what they do. So sometimes it is a little bit easier just to get someone to come in, fit it, call it done. So all the locks and the ignition barrel, the new ignition barrel, keys. So we've now got 2 keys. Again, West Coast F100 coming up with the goods. So yeah, that should get the door lock situation solved, and also the ignition back in it. I can then reassemble the steering column on it, lacing rubber. So this is just from Rare Spares. This is the rubber that goes along the cowl panel or firewall, top of the firewall, whatever you want to call it. Sits underneath the bonnet and pretty much just stops all the any of the water and that runs in from ending up down the back of the engine bay and all that sort of stuff. So already has the little clips in there, as you can see. So yeah, that'll fill the holes on there. So that's all good. At least with those bits, I can sort of start to make some moves. Also, a driver's side dash fascia, finally. Thanks to Dean off Marketplace, or Facebook, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, big help, mate. So yeah, hopefully that will do the driver's side. Got a motor here. So this hopefully will be sold by the weekend. Yeah, this is the original 252V that I had in this thing. So this was when I got my P plates. Thanks to Prick Roads or Vic Roads, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I pretty much had to be on Centrelink and have about 10 kids. Otherwise, yeah, I wasn't allowed to drive a V8, even though the old 302 in this thing definitely had seen better days. It was still a legal vehicle for a P-plater. So powder weight's now back in, which annoys me because I would have liked that back when I was on P-plates. So anyway, we threw this motor in. Yeah, bought off the uncle, put it in, ran it for ages. The only reason I took it out was I built the actual matching numbers block to this truck and put a head that I bought ages ago, which had been all gone through and reconditioned and hotted up a bit. So this one got pulled out, it's sat, and yeah, I've just decided I'm going to move it on, try and make a little bit of money, but also hopefully someone will enjoy it and use it. Otherwise it's just going to rot down the back, and yeah, I don't need to do that. So still got the other 2V that'll be going in a future project, hopefully very soon. The column is sort of half together, almost had it all the way together, but the indicator setup is pretty much flogged out and trashed. So there is no indicator return, which you need for a roadworthy. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. This set, so yeah, this set's pretty much cactus, and yeah, that's not good. So out with the old, in with the new. So yeah, new brake rotors, brand new. I did go for the dimpled and slotted rotors. Supposedly they're meant to be a lot better with the braking. Don't know if it's going to make much difference on a tow truck, but yeah, for the price it wasn't really much different. Everything measures up, everything looks pretty good. The taper here is a little bit sort of large on the taper there, but other than that, everything's looking, yeah, nice. Last night, fiddled around, got everything masked up, taped up, pretty much ready, prepped for paint. So yeah, everything's all hanging up now, taped off. Every washer, bolt, everything's all lined out to be painted. And yeah, it's all come up pretty good. So rotors are getting painted. They've been taped off and cardboarded where they don't need to be painted. So rough idea. Just surfaces I don't want paint between, especially when they've got to fit tight and do up tight. Wheel surface is a little bit different because you're taking a wheel on and off all the time, where you're not going to be undoing the rotor off the
hub that often. So also, yeah, cardboard in there, keep the paint out of obviously where the bearings and that go. A little bit on the caliper mounts, and yeah, I've also get that one to fit in better. Obviously he doesn't want to, prick. Anyway, yeah, so where the pistons go and the calipers, same deal, all that sort of shit. So yeah, paint's now sitting here, ready to go. I've just had to do a quick rebuild on the gun, so that was pretty handy. Not really. Yeah, heater's going to be kicked in the guts in a minute. It's not cold yet, but at the same time, it's definitely not the time to be painting. I'm impatient, and we don't really have that many better days coming up, so yeah, it's now or never.
But it's too risky to score. Sitting all alone with a handy up, dragging the line for bigger end. And everyone is better with the suntan, easier to get you into bed.
Hey, today was pretty good though. Fucking 18 degrees in winter. I'll fucking take that as a win. But anyway, yeah, so everything's cured nicely. The diesel heater definitely did a good job. Warm this bay up nice, and this paint is pretty good. It's very handy stuff. It's built to go over not perfect surfaces, but it's also built to not be painted in the best of circumstances either. So yeah, it cures pretty well, and it's definitely on there. It's not coming off. So yeah, it's the reason I like using it. The Hempel is just a good, yeah, paint for chassis rails and parts and bits and pieces. So yeah, it's definitely a good thing to use, very handy to have. And yeah, so anyway, the yeah, parts have all been untaped and masked and whatnot, and yeah, definitely liking how the rotors look. So yeah, pad surface and of the mounting surface that goes on the back of the hub there, I've left all that bare because you don't paint your brake surface, but also I don't want paint in between here. It's just a bit of a preference thing, probably won't matter, but anyway, yeah, there's a few other little bits that I've decided to tape off and make sure they're not painted, especially the studs. Nothing worse than trying to get all paint out of the threads. Calipers, they've come up pretty good. The only thing I've got to do now is be a dickhead and sand these up, prep them up, and I'm actually going to paint them in a 2-pack silver. So that's going to tidy these up. I could just leave them black, which is probably what most people would do, normal people. But that's not me, so I'm going to do that. And I'm also going to paint these caps as well, just because I can be a dickhead. Thanks again to West Coast F100. Yeah, we've now got the front bearings, and they're the good Timken ones. So good branded bearings. Hopefully, yeah, you get what you pay for, sort of thing. The handy thing with this mob is they pretty much build these kits, get all the bearings that's needed, and sell them as a kit for an F350. So it's pretty easy. You just figure out what model year you've got, and then yeah, look through their setup, and they've got bearings for nearly everything F-truck wise, instead of just trying to look for the bearings elsewhere, because there's about 80 different types, and yeah, there's differences in just the dent side, from early dent side to late dent side. There's a difference in the actual front end. So yeah, offsets of rotors, bearing types, the whole lot. So hubs are pretty much right to go to start putting them back together. So what I'm going to do is get the rotors onto the back of the hubs, get them bolted in, and then I should be able to start getting these dust shields, caliper mounts and everything back on the truck, and then I should be able to, yeah, fit bearings. I'll stop talking and get into assembling shit.
Black man starving. No one and nobody wants it job.
pretty much going to be what all the front end finished. The only thing I can see is I do need to get a new set of front shocks. So yeah, I will sneak down to the local petters here. Good mob, great business, been great to me over the years. And I'll get a set of front shocks for this thing, and this thing being fairly standard ride height, it really doesn't have any issues there, so pretty easy. Just buy a set of standard ones and chuck them in. So we'll see what tomorrow brings, and hopefully get something done.